Welcome back. I'm Erica Fernandez, and I'm joined here this morning by Stephanie Gandula. Stephanie, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Erica.
So I hear that there's something kind of interesting going on this weekend at the sanctuary. It's a little unique, but really interesting. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, absolutely. We've had the opportunity to host a interactive art exhibit right in our exhibits. And so this is happening tomorrow, Friday, from 12 to 3. Free and open to the public, as most of our events are at the Sanctuary Visitor Center. And what it is, it's an artist. His name is Moheb Solomon, and he's from Minneapolis and spent some time in Egypt as well. Spent a lot of time living in the Great Lakes, both in Canada and in the U.S. And he has been awarded a grant from the Joyce Foundation. This is a foundation that focuses just on Great Lakes work and policy, important issues and artistic issues in the Great Lakes. And so this grant awarded this artist, Moheb Solomon, to travel and trace the entire outline of the Great Lakes. Yeah. And while doing this traveling and camping throughout all of the Great Lakes, he has been stopping at various cultural institutions. And when he stops, he puts on different interactive and performance-based art. Oh, wow. And so each spot is different. So what we're going to experience on Friday, tomorrow at the Visitor Center is different than what he's done at other spots. Right. And what he'll be doing is setting up a tent, and in fact it's the very tent that he's been camping in. He'll be setting this tent up in the exhibits. He'll have an oldie-timey projector that he'll project images of the Great Lakes. And then people of all ages are invited to come and share their own impressions, their own, what he's dubbed, memory maps of the Great Lakes. And it's not about accuracy, it's not about, drawing perfectly. It's about how we here in Alpena conceptualize and how the Great Lakes lives in our imagination.
So how can the community get involved in the activity?
Well, it's really quite simple. Just show up anytime between 12 and 3. It's not like there'll be an official start or finish, but show up anytime, and there'll be tools there for you to share, to essentially draw these memory maps. Okay. What's really neat about it is he's going to gather all these memory maps and other things he's collected in his stops and produce a big project at the end of the entire project, his travels. And that will be a collection of all these different communities' impressions of their region. And it's a neat study of how individuals like you and I really think about the place that we live and how important it is to us.
So the community's artwork will essentially be in his final project.
That's exactly right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So this seems to be really different than what you guys usually include at your sanctuary. So why did you guys choose this?
That's a great question. It's not really about shipwrecks necessarily. I might draw a shipwreck on my memory map, but he chose the sanctuary, and we were really proud of that. He had sent an email and said that because he's visited the Sanctuary Visitor Center before, he's visited Alpena, and he said he saw it as a great cultural resource for the region and a gathering place, so he thought it was a natural fit. And we do try hard with our events and our programs and our outreach to be all-inclusive and involve all sorts of different aspects of the art, whether it's art or history and science. So this is a great example of something different happening at the Marine Sanctuary Center.
Yeah, and it's exciting to know that he actually selected this location as well to be part of his project. So
I thought so
really
too,
awesome.
yeah, and even stopping in Alpena. Think of all the little towns he could stop in along his way. He's really tracing the entire Great Lakes. That's a huge distance. Right. And so I think it's great that Alpena is one of the stops.
Yeah, so when is this event taking place, and how long? When can we stop by?
Friday, which is the 21st, I believe, tomorrow from 12 to 3, so from noon to 3 in exhibits. So it's really a great opportunity to come out and check out the exhibits again, see some of the other new stuff we have, and then check out what Moheb Solomon has going on.
All right, well, so the community of Alpena is welcome to stop by NOAA tomorrow afternoon. Welcome Moheb, and also be a part of his longtime project, because it sounds really interesting.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here, Stephanie.
Thanks, Erica.
Sports is next with John Scheidler. The Lions coach Jim Caldwell tells us what stands out about this year's Lions team as they prep for their preseason game today. Plus, the Alcona Tigers may have the most upperclassmen starting compared to any team in the North Star Conference, but find out why they think it's a strength this season. Stay right here on WBKB 11 for all that and more as the news continues.